Here we go. Now I telling you. Now I telling you what? True stories. When I grow up, I'm going to marry a rich man, and he's going to give me things. A fur coat and a refrigerator full of food.
When I grow up, I'm going to marry someone from far away, and he'll take me away from all this, and I'll never come back again.
When I grow up, I'm going to get me an apartment. I'm going to get me an apartment. Come in now. Come in now. Get your jelly-o.
Ramona, whooshy, 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 woo. Ramona, whooshy, 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 woo.
She is not too fresh. Don't you talk that way about my child. 50 cents. Look at that. Oh, say I didn't treat you nice, huh? Huh? Look at that. Look at, oh, okay. Your Uncle Frank, he treats you nice.
Yes, dear, would you like tea? And I made some delicious corn muffins and I put extra butter into them.
Oh, jeez. Where'd you come from? Scared me to death.
Now, I don't want you laughing at them because their clothes are not in vogue.
Tage, tage, tage.
And I hope you like it, hope you enjoy it. There's only one place we can get to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plunky, 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 plunk, plunky, 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 plunk, plunky, 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 plunk, plunky, 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 plunk, plunky, 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 plunk, plunky, 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 plunk, plunk, plunk.
A living in a memory.
Oh, yes, memory.
Echo, my shadow.
That's right, just little old me.
We're three, not four, three, proud. We're not even company.
I love you, baby.
My echo, my shadow.
That's right, just little old me.
What good is the moonlight, the silvery moonlight that shines above?
Plunky, plunky, plunk.
I walk with my shadow, I talk with my echo, but where is the one that I love? Mother,
Plunky, 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 plunky. My father was a Kuna Indian on the San Blas Island.
On the San Blas
He
Island.
came from the San Blas Islands off the coast of Panama. Off the coast of Panama. And my father was always
sailed on schooners.
happiest when he was close to the sea.
And
my mother was a Rappahannock Indian.
My mother, a Rappahannock Indian.
She grew up in Brooklyn.
They met.
She lived in Brooklyn.
She
was the youngest of three sisters. My Aunt Ida was the oldest, and my Aunt Lizzie was the middle.
And my mother said,
and then my mother.
When she saw my father come through the doorway, there's the guy.
They married. And my mother and father had 3 kids.
I'm the firstborn.
I'm the second
And
boy.
I have 2 younger sisters.
And I'm the youngest.
News of the Nation. August 1939. In Red Hook, Brooklyn, a new arrival in the Miguel family. Baby Muriel. Then a diplomatic thunderbolt. Sisters Elizabeth and Gloria announce a pact to ignore the newcomer in the hopes that it will go away.
We feel that if we refuse to talk to it or even look at it, it will go away.
The pact, however, is soon dissolved.
Oh, I just couldn't help it. It's so cute.
At age 6, while observing the natural world, Gloria is inspired to undertake her first scientific investigation. Hard at work after countless hours of research, she takes her findings to Sister Elizabeth, who proclaims her disbelief.
I don't believe it.
Gloria leads Elizabeth to the source of her findings. Elizabeth is astounded. Men do have hoses. A birthday celebration. At the Miguel home, sisters Gloria and Elizabeth give a birthday party for baby Muriel and her 2 closest friends, Patty and Kalawiko.
One for Pabby and one for Kalawiko.
Unfortunately, folks, we can't see them. Elks on relief. In Wyoming, vast herds stranded without food by heavy wintry storms are fed and cared for by Uncle Sam. The oldest of the renowned Brooklyn threesome marries and astounds the world by converting to Judaism.
I could say Bella, Bella, even say Wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. Oi, by mir bist du schön.
Hey, Gloria, we're all alone in the house. Let's you and me play Indian Love Call.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Jeanette McDonald, and I've got this long
Elizabeth.
red hair,
Elizabeth,
big green eyes.
Let me be Jeanette McDonald.
No,
But you're always
it's
Jeanette
my
McDonald.
game. No,
Always take the biggest part.
no, I
I
don't.
want to be Jeanette
It's
McDonald.
my idea,
Come on, let me
Gloria.
be, please.
Oh, all right. But I'm Nelsonetti, and I've got this
Jeanette
Northwest
McDonald,
Mounted
and I
Police
have big,
uniform
big
on,
eyes and
big
red hair
head
that goes
jacket,
down like this
black
before,
boots up
and
to
I have a
here,
low-cut white
big
dress on,
tan hat
and
with a
all
leather
kinds of
thong
things
under
on
my
the bottom.
chin,
And
and I'm sitting on this
standing on
white
top of a
horse,
mountain,
and I just
look down,
sound like,
and there he
you know.
is. And I go like this.
When I'm calling you, will you answer That means I offer my love to you to be your own. If you refuse me, I will be below and waiting all alone. But if when you hear my love call ringing clear, and I hear your answering echo so dear,
me. I'll belong to you. He had gorgeous feathers and plumes over his head in the front, and he was naked underneath that. He had only feathers, a breechcloth, and he had this gorgeous brown body. Let me tell you something. I was about 9 years old, but I was in love. Every once in a while, our family would go to a powwow or snake oil show. Brooklyn. We were part of the circus. And one of the side shows was my family's snake oil shows. Here we had an Indian village with teepees and children running around and people eating and so forth. I looked up one day and I saw this whole bunch of people, tourists. They said, "Hey, come here. Look at the Indians eating." My father and a man named Sam Blowsnake, the Winnebago guy, was the two big chiefs there. And they would go out in the street and around the circus there to get the people in. Ballyhoo. We'd go outside. Okay, all the Indians out. We'd all be dressed up, screaming, "Chitty Bicho! Chitty Bicho! Chitty Bicho!" And we'd give them like a little taste of what the show was going to be like on the inside, you see. Well, years later, I met this Winnebago woman, and we were talking, and I said, I know some words in Winnebago. And she said, "Yeah, what are they?" "Chitty Bicho." She said, "Chitty Bicho? That's not Winnebago." I said, "It isn't?" And she said, "No, I never heard Chitty Bicho. That's not Winnebago." I said, "Sure, Sam, Carly, and my father used to ballyhoo, and they'd go out front and call people in and say, 'Chitty Bicho!'" She says, "That's not Winnebago." This is like after many, many years. I say this over to myself slowly. "Chitty Bicho, Chitty Bicho, Chitty Bicho. See the big show. See the big show. See the big show." That's what they were calling out. "See the big show." My father did a hunter's dance. Now, lots of people did hunter's dance, and each dancer had a certain gimmick. And my father's gimmick was that he had a stuffed wolf. It had 4 little legs, glass eyes, fake tongue with these teeth, and it was into the snarl. And Aunt Lizzie's job was to carry this big old wolf. And of course, it's very unusual to carry a wolf on the subway. Stuffed wolf. A stuffed wolf on the subway. So my father would get into his canoe. He would go across the water. He would follow the tracks. And at the right moment, he would find the wolf. Aunt Lizzie would have to stand there, and he'd take out an arrow from his quiver, get ready, put it into his bow, and swing back and forth. He would draw back and then throw this old wolf. And my father would shoot an arrow into it. Sometimes Aunt Lizzie missed. The wolf would go scooting across into the audience. "I'll be loving you always, with a love that's true, always, always." My father was a drunk. Someone described him once as a man who brought in a very big light when he came into a room. There were lots of handsome Indian men around. He had a look and a feeling about him. A lot of drunks have that. Well, he could be very nasty, too. Oh,
Oh,
was he ever?
my father.
Daddy's coming home. Is he drunk? Elizabeth, is he drunk? Gloria, he's drunk. Tell Mama not to fight. Tell Mama not to fight.
Don't fight, Mama!
And all of a sudden, he started to fight with Mama in the living room. And Mama yelled out, "Girls, girls, come and help me!" And we ran to the living room, and there was Daddy, 1 foot out the window. "Daddy, don't jump! Don't jump! Daddy, don't jump!"
The next day when he was himself, and I loved him, and he'd be so sweet the way he was, you know. I said, "Daddy, why do you do that? Why do you come home drunk? Why do you fight with Mama? What do you do?" "Oh, I don't know, sweetheart," he'd say. "I don't know." I said, "Well, you're not doing it anymore." I said, "I promise I won't do it anymore."
Oh, Christmas. They would wait till Christmas Eve to a point where it was definite my father was not going to come home. So then Aunt Lizzie and Mama would have to go out and get any Christmas tree that they could get. And I would make the Christmas tree by myself. Because these two, after a while, God. And they left me in this house with all these Christmas ornaments.
I went to my grandmother's.
I would put up this Christmas tree by myself that my mother is sad. I'm crying. But it's true.
Poor kid.
Boxes of Christmas ornaments. No, really. Like 5 boxes of Christmas ornaments. All by myself. Every summer, my family went to the beach. We had a big, beautiful red and white bungalow on a beautiful beach by a beautiful bay.
Cedar Beach was an old bungalow on a dirty beach off a dirty, polluted bay.
Well, there was a fish house, and twice a day there was a god-awful odor.
My father bought a big, beautiful red and white boat with a great big windshield and a great big motor.
That boat was just a little bit bigger than a rowboat, and it had a motor in it that never worked.
My father would stand at the helm of that boat with his brown safari hat on and his wooden staff, and he'd look out over the ocean. He was going to sail the 7 seas. The only trouble was,
It never went into the water. It just stayed in the backyard.
and every summer my father would paint it, caulk it, pet it, hose it down, and then all our family and all our friends would come and we would push it to the other side of the yard. And then we would pose by it, on it, and under it. And Daddy and Uncle Joe would stand at the helm and pretend. And then next summer my father would paint it, caulk it, pet it, hose it down, and then all our family and all our friends would get together and we'd push it to the other side of the yard. And then we would pose by it, on it, and under it. And Daddy and Uncle Joe would stand at the helm and pretend. And the next summer, my father would paint it and caulk it and pet it and hose it down, and all our friends and relatives would push it to the other side of the yard. And then one summer, it was ready to go into the water.
My mother gave a party. She made punch, potato salad, and sandwiches.
And all our friends and relatives
Pushed it into the water.
It started to take on water.
It was like a sieve.
We had to bail out the water.
And then it sunk
Then Daddy said, "Oh well, next summer."
My father was a Kuna Indian. He came from the San Blas Islands off the coast of Panama.
It's a coconut economy, and they barter with coconuts.
When he was a boy, he used to go out hunting with his father, and he used to do a lot of swimming and fishing.
And he came from a large family, and we have lots of cousins and uncles and aunts there.
They found it very difficult adjusting in the white man's world.
I went up to my uncles, Uncle Charlie, my Uncle Joe, and my Uncle Richard. And I said, "Daddy's dead." As soon as I said that, they all went, "Ah!"
So much heaviness, so much responsibility.
Mama! Mama! I'll never hear that voice again.
I'm crying. I'm crying. Why am I crying?
It was cold then and snowing. I thought I'd never live through it.
Mama would want me to sing that song, but I can't remember the words. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree.
But now, a year has passed, and we could speak of it freely.
She's dead. She died a long time ago for me.
Poems are made by fools like me.
I'm crying. I'm crying. This morning when I got up, I remembered when I was a little girl and Mama was still alive.
It's warm today.
Plunky, 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 plunk. Plunky, 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 plunk. Plunky, 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 plunk.
All alone, ah yes, memories echo my shadow. That's right, just little old me. With three, not four, but three, my proud. I love you, baby. Echo my shadow. That's right, just little old me. What good is the moonlight, the silvery moonlight that shines above? I walk with my shadow, I talk with my echo, but where is the one that I love? Mama, wait for you, even